Hello.
How's things,
Okay,
bro?
well, that's good, you know, mate. Good. I'm just over in Africa at the moment. Yeah, enjoying the fun, lad, over here.
Bro, I thought you were
Can you
fucking
hear
dead,
me
mate.
properly? Oh, mate, a lot of people did. But it was a mad thing what happened because I was just there, 1 minute just filming, about this tree, the cotton tree, which is like the most famous, it's a landmark in Sierra Leone. And I was just talking about my granddad. He would have been here at one stage, and then just fucking that's when the madness happened, bro.
Yeah, because it was all over the internet. People were saying you took to the woods and a bullet in the head.
I heard that as well when I got released, but yeah, no, it wasn't even like that, mate. It was is my cat followed me? Fucking cat! Get on this, lad. I've got a stray cat. You come down and followed me, girl. She follows me everywhere. This is a stray cat. It's pregnant. But I've been fucking feeding it. Come here, girl. Oh, she's gone away. She must be shy at the podcast. But little stray cat it is, lad. I've adopted it. Anyway, let's get back to what we were saying. What was you saying then?
How long are you there for?
That's the thing, lad. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I'm probably going to be here for the foreseeable future. I'm going on holiday next week with my son. Spend a little time with him. But as I said, I could be based somewhere else, lad. I could literally be based Spain, Dubai, anywhere. But and like just doing what I'm like my company from over there. But that's not going to fulfill me. Even like the lads have asked me come over to Dubai. But I'm like, well, I'll come there on a holiday, but I'm not moving over there because I like to be in the mix of things here to do what I want to do. Do you know what I mean? Which is to build a big enough following across the slums that can start to.
What is your actual plan there, Sam? What is it you're actually doing?
So here's the thing, James. In 2018, as you know, because we spoke for many years, and all that, and then what happened is it wasn't sustainable because once you do one thing, something else needed doing. In the end, I had to fly back, and because money just dried up, so forth. I might as well just set a diamond company up in this country, and that'll make it sustainable. So that's basically what I've done. I literally just sold up in England, and then just set this diamond company up, Chameleon Diamonds. It's registered with the government now, yeah. So then that'll allow me to fund what I want to do in the slums, and then also start a movement against corrupt charities.
The corrupt charities over there or the corrupt charities in the UK?
Everywhere, mate, worldwide. Because you've got to understand this. I can't target governments here. The moment you target a government in this country, they're coming for you. They're either going to shut you down straight away by putting you in a box, or they're getting you out the country after severely beating you up. So I always have to make clear that when I refer to charities, I'm not referring to the president's charity or anything linked with the government, because if I do, they're going to shut me down. But at the same time, I can openly speak about the likes of WaterAid. Now, WaterAid have got to come into them tomorrow. Those who were live on my TikTok yesterday would have seen I'm in the process now. Fresh water's being laid for 10,000 people. This is at my own cost, through the profits of my diamonds. So what I'm doing with this, 10,000 people are going to be getting fresh, clean water. It finishes tomorrow. The work's done tomorrow. So the first thing I'm doing then is calling out WaterAid. Because why has it took one person 2 weeks to do this when WaterAid has failed it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sam, all the charities here have raised billions for kids, third world countries all around the world, and there's still over 2 billion people on the planet.
Mate, and this is the reason why I'm starting the movement, James, because all it takes is one person to spark that match, and it's going to spread like wildfire. And the movement is this. It's a simple process what I've got. So all I'm going to do is this. I'm going to get as much as I can do in every slum across Sierra Leone. So tomorrow, for example, the 10,000 people who are getting fresh, clean water, automatically I've got them on my side because they know that I'm pro-slum and I can't be corrupted. Now, what that means is, online, I can never focus on that in starting a movement which is called the People's Revolution. That's what it's called. And people might think I'm mad, but it's not, because all I'm asking for, it's not unreasonable what I'm asking for. I'm asking for charities to be 100% transparent on exactly where their money is spent. That's number one. I'm asking for a public platform where anyone member of the public can go online at any time and see exactly where every penny's being spent, backed up with receipts and videos. We're also asking for a cap on what charity bosses can pay themselves on wages, how to donate to public funds, because they're paying themselves hundreds of thousands of pounds. We're asking also that they can't be paid any bonuses of hundreds of thousands of pounds. And on top of that, or any business premises, what they say are business premises, when really the big mansions, what these charities are getting, it's just all corrupt, mate. And it's these are things I'm asking for, which when we start a big enough movement, I'm going to start a petition, get 100,000 signatures for it to be heard in government in the UK, for these people, charities, to be held to account. And that is the only way for change to happen in this country. Now, as I said, I could come to this country, get my diamonds and fuck off, and there's nothing anyone could say about it because it's a legit company. I choose to help the people in the slums, but again, I could just help the people in the slums as well, and just keep quiet. But I put myself at severe risk by speaking about charities openly, because if you want genuine change, then the only way to get it is by exposing charities. Do you know what I mean?
Why Sierra Leone? Why there? Why did you go there?
My granddad. I never met my granddad, but I was always curious of my granddad, and the fact that I was sat there and I thought, I seen an advert, thinking, why? Ironically, it was from a charity talking about Sierra Leone, and I thought, hang on, why the fuck are these still struggling? When hundreds of millions are being raised, let me go there and see what it's about. I went there and realised I could do more than these charities for a fraction of the price. And this is why, James, I had literally hundreds of people messaging me saying, can I send you money, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, no, I don't take money donations. And then someone today offered me $2,500. This was the nail in the head. And I had to say no to him. And I thought, you know what? Fuck it. What we'll do, we'll show these charities, we'll set a blueprint with these charities now and show them. I thought, I'll set a GoFundMe up so that everyone, because it's the biggest injustice to the slums and to people who are watching, when they're sat there thinking, I want to help, but Sam's not giving us the opportunity. So what I've done, I've set a GoFundMe up. So it'll be 100% transparent, so people will see exactly how much is being raised, where it's being spent, backed up with receipts. I'm calling on charities to do, but what I'm doing now, by doing this, I'm exposing these charities, because we all know anyone that's part of the GoFundMe is part of the People's Revolution. And what's going to happen with this, every time we do some work which is part of the GoFundMe, we're just embarrassing these charities even more, because we're like, well, hang on, why is the TPR, the People's Revolution, being able to achieve this when we're people combined together can't do charities? Why do this when big charities raising millions have not been able to do it? Not only that, but for the price. That's it. Do you know what I mean?
How can people get involved, Sam?
There's the thing. Our most powerful tool in our arsenal, everyone's arsenal, is social media. That's the most powerful tool, more powerful than any weapon or anything else you can possibly have. So it doesn't matter what your platform is, whether you've got 100 followers or 100,000 followers. If you're sharing anything to do with corrupt charities, like that video I put on about charities when the kids are saying, where's our money? That's had, combined across all platforms, millions of views in 48 hours. Now, that's massive exposure in the sense of corrupt charities and raising awareness. So that's the first thing, just sharing videos. But the second is, if you want to be part of it in a different way, you're part of the People's Revolution, the TPR, if you're sharing videos and you're exposing these charities, because we can expose these charities in a way that they've never been exposed before. I know for a fact I'm in immense danger being stuck in the lion's den in Africa when people are saying to me, look, you need to step security up because you put a big red flag on your target on your head by speaking about these charities because they literally kill people over here for it. But the thing is, James, my mate went, "Are you mad, lad?" I'm like, "I'm not mad, but you've got to understand, if you've got a child and your child walks in front of a car, you're going to push your child out the way to sacrifice your life for his." But that's the same with my son, obviously, but it's the same with this cause. I'm in no fear, lad, because I would literally lay my life down for this movement, which is going to happen, bro. And I really will. And people might think I'm mad, but I'm not. I just want genuine change for this country, for these people in poverty. Because
how hard is it, Sam, to come from the life of crime? Obviously, people know your kind of life of in and out of prison to then try and do good. How hard is it to try and show people that you're trying to make a change and try to do good? Are you finding it difficult?
Nah, do you know what it is, James? Right, to be perfectly honest with you, anyone has got. I've got a very, very thick skin. So for me, I post what I want. I say what I want. I'm quite controversial in that sort of sense. I don't give a shit if someone thinks bad of me, to be honest with you, because their opinion is irrelevant to me. It doesn't affect my life. But like in a sense of coming over here, my son's 13 years old now, so I'm trying to be a positive role model to him as well. And on top of that, I've spent 17 and a half years of my life in prison. So for me, I've got to look at this and think, okay, what have I actually achieved in my life? Nothing. Like literally, like when I think about it, I've wasted many years in prison. Lucky enough for me, I educated myself in prison. Everything I'm doing now, I manifested in prison. I also studied many, many books inside prison for this very moment. Studied books on charities, diamonds, the history of Sierra Leone, the history of literally everything to do with this country. And the reason why I study the history is so I can engage in certain conversations with certain types of intellects if I ever come into contact with them. But the thing is, for me, I just want to make a positive change here and also be a good role model to my son, lad. Do you know what I mean?
How's people treating you over there, Sam? How they treating you? Good?
They're treating me brilliant, lad. Like the slums. I walk into a slum, lad, and I'm one of the only downside to the slum, I'll be honest, is when they offer me food and I eat out, but I honestly find it. I remember last time and I was eating it, everyone used their fingers, mate, it was heavy, I tell you, everyone uses their fingers, and so I'm there just out of respect, just stiffing it, and I'm looking at people sucking the fingers and then putting it back in the pot. I'm already a bit awkward with that anyway, but so I'm eating it, and first thing I see was a chicken's foot, and I thought, nah, this is taking a piss. Carried on eating, and then 2 minutes later, out pops a chicken's head. But that's what they do, they use the head, the feet, everything else for flavours. But obviously I ate it out of respect, but that's the only downside because they always offer me in for food. So I eat the slum food because I'm not gonna, who am I to not eat that, do you know what I mean?
What's the digs like?
But yeah.
Where you're staying?
Second.
What's your digs like? The place that you're living?
Say it again.
What's the place you're living and what's that like? Is it okay?
I'll show you now, to the compound. Yeah, so this is the compound here.
Do you need security out of that, Sam?
He basically... Yeah, so these... So the people who I'm with are former child soldiers. So during the Civil War, that's the ocean there, by the way, right behind me. So during the Civil War, which ended 20 years ago, kids were forced to become child soldiers. The rebels come into the villages, and you could Google it, it's well known. It was 3,000 child soldiers who were forced to become child soldiers. Now, one of my best mates here, he was forced at the age of 9 or 10, to kill his own dad when his dad tried to protect him when the rebels come into the village. But there's loads of former child soldiers here, but that's who I'm with here. They're grown men now, but they've had no rehabilitation, but they're stone cold. But at the same time, they're nice people. But this is why I've been okay here. Like, there's no, like, because the guy who owns this compound now, I've looked after him from when I was here in 2018. And like, ever since, for the past 6 years, I've been sending his family money, but probably over the last 18 months, he's become rich off the sale of, he's a firearms exporter, fully legit, but he owns this fucking big compound. So as I said, like, even now, they don't even let me pay. I'm trying to pay and they're going, nah, you're mad, you're our guest. They're going, lad, we'll die for you. So I'm fully protected by them in the sense of purely out of loyalty and nothing else. Do you know what I mean?
Is there much crime over there, Sam?
I don't. The Sierra Leone people are peaceful. This is the mad thing about it. I don't fear the people in the slums. Here's the thing: the government. My cat's calling me again. The stray cat. Anyway, the government. It can fucking shout me. But anyway, the government. I'm not joking, lad. I took this stray cat. Mate, let me just tell you something about this stray cat. So for a couple of weeks, I was trying to feed it. Wouldn't come near any humans. I was on a live with like 600 people in my live last week. And just started meowing. Turns out she's pregnant. But now she's, I feed her every day. I spent 120 quid on her yesterday. Those on my live will be able to confirm that. But yeah, she's like, she's getting spoiled now, but she's due to give birth. Yeah, I can't remember what the question was, lad.
Yeah, crime. Is there much crime over there?
Nah, but there is and there isn't. You got to understand, like the governments across the world and the media, they want to portray the slums as a dangerous place. When, trust me, when I'm telling you, I could take anyone through the slums of Sierra Leone and you'll be 100% safe. These people are good people, just caught in a bad situation of poverty, with no opportunity to change, no opportunity to better themselves or get jobs, because the very bottom of the barrel of society. So the danger, that's for class example, been in any sort of threat. And then obviously when I went to the diamond mines and someone tried to take me bag of money and it didn't end up well for them. Other than that, it's been sound.
What's the diamond mines like? Who owns them, Sam? Is it the government or is it gangsters? Who, army? Who is it?
Mixes. You've got like rebels who own them. You've got governments who own them, like the likes of like De Beers and places like that. America, United States, Russia, China. They own certain mines, but then you've got separate ones which are not owned by anyone but like rebels. Do you know what I mean? Who control it? So they'll control them mines. So the term blood diamond comes from during the Civil War when diamonds were used to fund wars. But there's no such thing as a blood diamond now. That's a complete myth because people aren't forced to dig for diamonds no more. They get paid minimum wage, but there's no such thing as blood diamonds no more. But even though people online think there is, but there's not, because there's no war for it to be defined as a blood diamond. But yes, there's just different characters who've got the mines, different types of individuals. But obviously, if you go to the rebel-held ones, you get the diamonds a lot cheaper, but it's a lot more dangerous.
How are obviously they say diamonds are made through pressure, but how is the diamonds made in them? How does it all work? How does it operate? Are they there for hundreds of years, or do they come? Are they still growing? How does it all work? I've not got a clue.
So with diamonds, I'll tell you how the process works. So diamonds are obviously underground, but they raise up slowly. So let's say, for example, in 20 years, a diamond what might have been 100 feet underground, for example, will be 1 foot underground as time goes on. So then all these are doing are just digging for them. So they'll dig through the ground until they come across a diamond, and then how it works is they'll wash them, like all the soil, and then like little diamonds are being like little round pots, and then obviously it depends on the quality. So lucky enough for me, I was studying diamond books while I was in prison, so I was able to see exactly when it was mad because I was studying. I didn't know anything about diamonds, but I'd spent 2 years studying books about them. So when I was looking through a 10 times loop at the diamond, I knew exactly what I was looking for, and so lucky enough for me, I got good quality ones. Yeah. So
how many different sorts of diamonds are there? Is there different quality? How much quality? Is it all changed?
It varies, mate. So with the quality of the diamond, it completely varies in the sense of what inclusions are in it. Maybe like the shades, for example, there might be a crack inside the diamond as soon as you look, which if it is, it's no good. But like the diamond what everyone wants is like a blue diamond, but you don't really have them in Sierra Leone. A blue diamond or a pink one, that's like the main one which you'd actually love. But obviously, they're very, very rare. You're more likely to get them in like the Congo, but the diamonds here, they're still good quality, a lot of them. Sierra Leone's got the best quality diamonds across West Africa.
How's the police treating you after you got to jail?
police. Like, but the mad thing was, like, the police are all right. Everyone's corruptible here, but like the police are like they're okay. Most of them. I've come across a few knobheads, but like most of them are all right. It wasn't the police that arrested me; it was the military. But yeah, they went to like the police. It depends what type you get that everywhere though, don't you? Jobs where for like a decent one, it just depends.
Sam, has your life ever been at peace? Because everywhere you seem to go, you always seem to get hassled off the coppers, and probably rightly so in most cases, but have you ever been at peace in your life, mate?
Let me tell you something, James. So my mum used to always say to me, there's nothing like peace of mind. And I never until June last year, where I was fully legit, my competition score comps on Instagram. But with this competition page, I was fully legit, wasn't grafting, wasn't doing nothing. And I was peaceful, I had peace of mind, I was nice and settled, and you see my son all the time, you'd stay, and then bang, I was complaining about me tracker. I said to them, my tracker's broke, it won't charge, because they had a tracker on me to monitor my movements. And they were just passing it from pillar to post, the probation, police, and all that. So anyway, one day it wasn't charged, and then he sent me back to prison for it. And literally, my world, that was the only time I can really say that I felt like my world was ripped apart, because I had peace of mind, I was fully legit, and then bang, I was just taken to fucking jail, lad. For literally, I was recalled on my licence. I was recalled on my licence because they said my tracker wasn't charged, but I said to them, hang on, yeah, I fucking told you it was broke, and then you have let it fucking die, and you sent me back to prison, but it was just an excuse to send me back. But as I said, like, it was, that's when I really had peace of mind. But now, James, I'm sort of in a rush to try and succeed. Like, I don't want to slow down, mate, like, now. Because I know what it is for me, James, because as I said, because I've spent so many years in prison, I don't want to, the fire I've got inside me and the drive to succeed and to better myself, better my son's life, and also the people in the slums. I've got a major fire inside me, lad, that's my only fear of that going out. And the only way that's going to go out is if I stop. And that is why I won't stop, lad, because I don't want this fucking fire inside me to go out, because if it does, I'm just going to be another fella that sat in front of the fucking telly all day doing nothing, bro. And that's my biggest nightmare after spending so many years in prison.
Does that scare you, Sam, that could be your life in and out of prison your whole life?
Well, this is why I took the risk over here, James. And I said to my mate, I said, look, lad, I would rather, I've spent 17 and a half years of my life in jail, all my teenage years, all my 20s. I said to my mate, I'd rather be dead than spend another 17 and a half years in prison. Police were nicking me all the time. For 2 mobile phones he nicked me for suspicion of selling drugs, because I had 2 phones on me. That was the final nail in the coffin, lad, for me in the UK. I just sold everything and fucked off. I thought, I'm going to take my risks with my life in Africa, trying to go to these diamond mines, set this up, and then fucking, I just said to him, mate, I'm just going to walk in with a bag full of money, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm dead. But
what they say to you, Sam, because obviously it was in the news, the papers, you're on the run. If you get any warrants out, is everything sorted?
Mate, it wasn't. I'm not even on the fucking. I'll tell you what happened. They pulled me in Bournemouth with 2 mobile phones. Now my mate ran. The video was on my TikTok. My mate ran away, and the busies grabbed me and said, "I said, what are you grabbing me for?" Blah blah blah. I said, "Your mate's gone." That was that day, mate.
So he was fast, that cunt, bro. He was fucking fast, bro.
He bailed anyway. So when he got off, they nicked me for 2 mobile phones. I'm like, are you messing? How can you nick me for suspicion of supplying drugs because I had 2 mobile phones on me and nothing else? But they used that as a springboard to search my apartment, hoping they'd find drugs or money in the apartment. They didn't find any, so then they had to release me, which is what they done. But it just fucking, but I thought to myself, they'd seized me bank accounts as well. I cannot open a bank account anywhere in the United Kingdom, so I wasn't able to even run my legit business. So the thing, but what they tried to do is sabotage everything. But you've got to understand, if a man is out there with his legit business after spending years in prison, And it's not like I just think about myself and my legit business. Kids will get 20 kids got the free bikes over Christmas from the profits of me Apex_comps on Instagram, and so many other cash giveaways. Families have benefited. So, but the police tried to sabotage that company. Lucky enough, it didn't work. But I just thought to myself, do you know what? They seized everything in my bank accounts, which I'd made fully legit, and I thought, I've got a lump sum of cash. I thought, fuck, I'll just get it in a bag and I'm gone to Africa, which is what I've done.
Somebody's asking, Sam, what's your end game with it all? What's the main outcome of it all with you?
Start a movement, lad. Literally to start a peaceful revolution of change against a revolution of corruption, revolution on corrupt charities, and that is it. That is literally it, to start a movement, and also to change many lives and allow my son the opportunity to be proud of me. But also, I do believe 10,000 people are benefiting tomorrow. This fresh water gets installed tomorrow, which will be uploaded. They started digging yesterday, right? It'll be uploaded tomorrow. Fresh water for 10,000 people. So before anything, I've changed 10,000 people's lives off my own back with my own money. Now, only 3 days ago, the people off my TikTok live from last Sunday, they had, big thanks to them, literally 100 kids, which is also on my TikTok, a video of 100 kids benefited from a little day out, food, drinks, all got sliders, flip-flops, shoes, and watches. And this is the thing, so I know I've got the ability to change people's lives in the slums, but the thing is, I don't just want to change lives in the slums. I want to change the whole system, lad. I want to change the whole system from the top to the bottom in the sense of corrupt charities, because you need to understand that you can do as much as you want in the slums, but if you don't fucking take the head off the snake, then it's just going to continue. And the only way you do that is by forcing charities to become 100% transparent. And this is what I'm going to do with this GoFundMe. I'm going to use it as a blueprint to show people, to show everyone what transparency should be, right down to the penny. And if I can do it, why can't charities? That's the thing, because I want to start exposing these charities for their corruption. So every time we get a kid, their operation for cataracts, or install fresh water in the slums, whatever it is we do, it's going to literally be a big fuck you to these charities. And then the more people that start screaming TPR, the People's Revolution, online, a revolution against charities, the better, because that's what it'll be, a revolution.
What's the population over there, Sam?
I think it's around about 4 million. It's quite big, to be honest. But like I've already, like, tomorrow, as I said, I'll have 10,000 people tomorrow on my side. It will also be part of the TPR, and this is what I'm going to start getting people to scream across Sierra Leone: the People's Revolution, a peaceful revolution of change against corruption of charities, and that is it. So yeah,
where
that's the best way.
Where can people watch this? Is this your Instagram? Is it TikTok? Is it YouTube? Where can people see it all?
All over it. So it's literally going to be on. So my main YouTube account, which had like 40,000 subscribers, whatever I forgot the password, so I can't get access to that. So I had to set up a new one. But it's on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and also YouTube. But YouTube's only just got going. But yeah, it'll be across all platforms.
When are you thinking about coming back, Sam?
I've got no end goal. I've got no end goals. Don't get me wrong, I'll sneak in and out and fucking an helicopter every now and then, say a big fuck you to the police. Of course, lad, it's got to be done. But like, I'm fully going to do that. I have to get in and out the UK when the police want to speak to you. But like, so I will be in and out every now and then. But as it stands, I'm going to take my son on holiday this week coming, and then I'll be what's name. I've got so much to do here, mate. I can't put the brakes on. This little girl, Caddy, died only the other day. I was hoping to get an operation. She waited 4 years for it, and she didn't get it. Like, she had malaria. So for me, at the operation now, she's passed. It's all systems going. I wasn't even going to speak about charities, but I'm so angry and hate over this little girl. The fact that she died through corruption of charities. That I just fucking couldn't keep my mouth shut on these charities, and I keep going at them until they either change or kill me, one or the other.
Yeah, what happened to that little girl, Sam? How did she die?
Mate, it was fucking bad, you know. So I've been speaking to her family for 2 years, saying to them, look, when I come over to Sierra Leone, I get your daughter an operation for a cataracts, because she was ostracized by a whole and the operation. Do you like me again? I'll be normal. I said, you are normal. You're not. Don't worry about it. I said, you're going to get your operation. So everything was on hold in the sense of until she had an operation, because I said she'd be the first person. But I was still doing a lot behind the camera, obviously, until like building everything, like organising everything with the fresh water. But I was thinking, right, everything's on hold until this girl gets her operation, but I'll organise everything for whatever needs doing. And then she caught malaria, lad, literally like a few days before the operation. And like I seen the doctor, lad, and like went in to see her. She was all right. Went to see her a few days later. The doctor says, you can't go in. So then I was like, why? She went, she's too sick. So then apparently she was asking for me in the hospital. And then yeah, she fucking she died like the day later. She passed away. But the worst thing was she passed away while I was in custody. And I'm thinking, where the fuck's the justice for that little girl? That little 9-year-old girl who had cataracts for 4 years, failed by charities, corrupt charities, who could have literally got her an operation, and he didn't because of corruption, because these corrupt charities are paying themselves hundreds of thousands of pounds in wages and bonuses. And that is where my drive comes from, lad. That is where the fire inside me has been lit, lad. Like it was already lit from Alia, who died in 2018 from drinking dirty water. So I already had that fire lit inside me. But when Caddy died, lad, it hurt me, lad, proper though, because I'd promised her, and then it didn't fucking happen, lad. So it really got to me, lad. But yeah. It did, like, but one second, yeah. She it's 9 years old, lad, and like this is what gets me so fucking angry. And like that's the thought of it. You know what? Fuck these charities. I don't give a shit about the consequences. I will literally out them and use my platform to expose them and embarrass them publicly. So tomorrow, Water Aid are getting embarrassed, lad. Literally, 10,000 people getting fresh water installed out my own fucking pocket, literally within 2 weeks. And why the fuck has Water Aid not done this? One word, corruption. And that is it. And I'll have 10,000 people screaming for justice for Kadia, because that's what we want, lad. And the only way we're going to get justice is by exposing these charities. And as I said, lad, I really don't give a fuck about the consequences, because as long as there's nothing mates have said, we can't go up against, like when I got arrested at gunpoint the other day, you can't go up against military or police or government, because you're losing battle. But as I said to my mate said, a lot of these charities are mafia over here, or like the gangsters who control them. But I said to my mate, I don't give a fuck about any of them. Are they really going to compete with fucking 6 former child soldiers who are stone cold killers? You'd have to send an army for them, lad. Do you know what I mean? So in terms of this compound where we are, it's fully secure, lad, but I don't hold any sort of concept of fear over here, because I know I'm on the right path, lad. As I said, I could legitimately just take my diamonds and go from here, or just do the stuff in the slums and post a few videos and go, yeah. But that's not what I'm about, lad. I want to be able to make a positive change, and the only way I'm going to do that is by outing charities, fully knowing my life is potentially at risk. But what is life if you don't have a risk with it? Do you know what I mean? And that is it. That's why I'm trying to fast track everything, because I don't know. I want to live a long life, but at the same time, my life could be a very short one. Because all it takes is them charities, which is what they're known to do, is just to pay someone to go and whack you. But as I said, it's just one of them things. But you'd have to be coming with some sort of army though, because they'd have a problem if they come in this compound. It's
What
fully
age do
secure.
they get young soldiers to kill people? What age are they getting kids to kill people?
So during the Civil War, like these child soldiers, like for example James. Yeah, let's go with Mustafa. Actually, Mustafa's was even worse. So what they done with Mustafa's mum? She was pregnant. Now they fucking took bets. Here's how bad it was during the Civil War. He was 7 years old when he was taken as a child soldier for 7 years. Now, what they done with his own mum was cut her belly. When she was pregnant, she was like 6 months pregnant. They all took bets, these rebels, on whether it was going to be a boy or a girl. And then they cut her belly open, literally cut her belly open. But before that, they were taking bets on whether it was going to be a boy or a girl. That's the type of thing he had seen. He's seen his own mother's belly being cut open when she was pregnant by these rebels and she was killed. Now, I'm telling you, lad, if you had these former child soldiers on your podcast, do anyone else in the past that you've had podcasts with, including me, I've never done a podcast with you, but these would piss all over any one of them, lad, because what Mustafa's been through is fucking heavy. Now, what happened with him? He was drugged and all that afterwards because he was traumatised, and the rebels were just sending them into villages and that. But anyone that's unsure, there's just Google former child soldiers, Sierra Leone, and you'll see it's like 3,500 or 3,000 children were ripped away from the families and forced to become soldiers. They were going into villages, forced to be killing people and all that. It was heavy, lad. But like these have had no rehabilitation. So the trained military. So let me show you now. So they heard the noise here the other day. Down there, that's where the beach is, yeah? Down there. They've all come running from up there, them stairs up there, with the firearms. But they're moving like military, lad. They're literally moving like military, like the way they're like running but fast with the guns in hand. But they're still military minded. But like the game is fucked. But at the same time, they're so peaceful, respectful, and polite. Do you know what I mean? That's what they are. If you spoke to one of them, you wouldn't even think that they had a past the way they have, because, but they've had traumatic pasts.
Do you feel safe there, Sam?
100% safe, mate. Like, I tested it, I'll be honest with you, James. When I first landed here, I knew I could trust them anyway, because I met them in 2018, and I've always looked after them, like their families on Christmas, birthdays, whatever. So when I've come here now, they said to me, look, Sam, you're our guest, so it's our duty to literally die for you, because you're our guest, so you're fully safe, don't worry. So the day I landed, I left my bag with my money in the compound, and I went out for a little bit with one of them. I thought, if they're gonna try and steal it, they'll do it then. I'd rather them do it then than put a bullet in your head. Do you know what I mean? Common sense. I thought I just wanted the other, so I just left it there. I come back and it was still there, and they fully guarded it, made sure it was safe, and like they were like, look, lad, we're 100% for you. Like literally, what you've done, the way you've never forgot us. Like we literally owe our lives to you, because you've looked after us over the years, blah, blah, blah. You've looked after our families. And like, the electric come back on now. The electric's just gone. Yeah, we've looked after our families. But why is that just gone? It always happens. This is
the light's going, bro.
This is typical Africa. Yeah, it's back on. Oh, fuck, there's the cat. Come here, girl. The typical African lad, the electric goes all the time and comes back on. But yeah, so the decent people, lad, like this is what I'm saying to fully, like decent guys, you know what I mean? Like, and they're respectful as well, so I'm fully safe with them. As I said, the only time I felt unsafe was when they took me, the military took me, and I thought I was being walked to my death.
Yeah, fuck that, man. For anybody watching, Sam, how do they get involved if they want to help out? What do they do?
So there's a couple of ways we can do it. So just share and post about charities. That is it. Just start charities. Because people have done with that other one where the kids are shouting, "Where's our money?" So exposing these charities for the corrupt ways with social media. Or the second is, so many people were trying to send me money, and like I can't accept money donations. People literally trying to send me thousands, and I had to refuse them all. I'm sat there thinking, this is a massive injustice to the people in the slums. So I thought, today I set a GoFundMe up, but what I'm doing is I'm doing it different. So I'm going to be 100. I'm going to do exactly what charities should do, which I'm calling for them to do. 100% transparency. You see exactly where every penny's being spent, backed up with receipts and videos, so people can be assured that they know exactly where every penny's being spent. So then I'm also going to do polls. So say, for example, there'd be like 3 things. It might be someone with cataracts, installing water in the slums, sanitation, or just having a day out for the kids, fucking with toys and food, like I done the other day. So I'll put polls up, and then whatever the public pick, we'll go with. And then also what I'll do, I'll just show receipts of exactly how much it's cost down to the penny, and then videos. So as I said, and that's what I'm calling for charities to do, how they should be. But what that would do then, that'll just, it's just transparency, lad. That's how it should be, 100% transparency. But that's when our movement can slowly begin, because every time we do something in the slums where charities have failed, we can then start our movement, which is called the People's Revolution, the TPR. And I do believe that'll start spreading.
Yeah, good on you, bro. Just before we finish up, mate, it's like you want to leave a message for anybody?
Yeah, Ali, you still owe me fucking $2,000, you little bastard. I want me dough. I've come over to Africa, my mate owes me $2,000. He's fucking still not paid me, little bastard. I want me fucking money, you twat. I know you're watching.
You're not getting that back, bro. It's, yeah, let us know when you want to jump on lives or anything. Obviously, me and you have been speaking for
of course, bro.
A few years now. Not many people know, but yeah, we've been speaking for fucking ages, bro. No. Like I say, when the timing's right, we will do a proper fucking podcast and get your whole life story, the things you're doing now, the things you're trying to do for change. Because a lot of people can learn from your own mistakes, Sam.
Mate, this is the thing. Like this is why I always say to people, like, I know I put a lot of prison videos up and all that in the past, but just you need to understand. Any little youngsters that are watching, or if you've got children who watch, and you're letting them watch this, a message to you is, don't believe all these dickheads in prison who are saying, oh, jail's easy, jail's this. It's really not, because even people, when they say, oh, they've got computers, they've got laptops, they've got tellies, what you've got to understand is that the punishment is to take someone out of society. So when that person gets taken out of society, no amount of materialistic things that they've got inside their cell can compensate for their loss of freedom. So when you've got a little youngster here who's watching and thinking that jail's easy, trust me, you can't go to shop when you want. You'd be around a load of knobhead prisoners, knobhead prison officers. You're locked in a cell. You're missing out on so many things. I've missed out on so many things over my life, my teenage years, my 20s. All my own fault. I don't blame anyone. Because to be honest with you, I fucking loved committing crime. I'm not going to lie, lad. I'm not one of these people who are going to sit here going, oh yeah, and fucking, my dad used to batter me ma and all that bollocks. That's no fucking excuse, lad. If you commit crime, then you've got no excuse for it. You're a criminal. You just got to own it. Now, as I said, I love to do that, but at the same time, I've paid for it because I've missed most of my son's life, and that is why I'm trying to do better now, to try and be a good role model to him. But yeah, to you youngsters, just educate yourselves. And literally, I promise you, if you educate yourself, it's the most powerful tool you can have in your life, because you can lose everything in life, but the one thing you can't lose is what you've learned. So literally, that's the most powerful tool you've got. More powerful than money, because you can lose everything. Why do you think some people become millionaires, they end up skint, and then they become millionaires again? It's because of what they've learned. And this is why I say to people, all you youngsters out there, educate yourselves as much as possible, because it's the most powerful tool you'll ever have in your life.
That's all it is, mate. It's to learn from your mistakes. And when you grow up in rough areas, you look up to the criminals, you look up to the bad men, and thinking that's a life of luxury. You think they've got it all figured out. They're the biggest fucking losers in town. They're the biggest losers about. And it's not that they're bad, it's just all they've been taught. It's all learned behaviours. But if people can be educated enough, I speak to enough fucking criminals to understand they're all broken, Sam. They're battling something internal where they just don't know how to handle life, and people need to understand what they've actually went through as well. Yes, we do make choices, and it comes a time in your life when we can make choices, but when you've been programmed for 10, 20, 30 years to do bad, it doesn't just fucking change over one night.
It doesn't, mate. You're completely right there. I always say to people, because people say to me, oh, it's wrong that you agree with drug dealing. I'm like, it's not, because I might just be programmed in that sort of way, but I personally don't feel that there's anything wrong with selling a a few kilos of cocaine or cannabis. I personally don't believe there's anything wrong with that, but a lot of people who are watching now, these 1,700 people who are in my live, a lot of them will think that it's wrong. But the thing is, let me just explain something to you. It might just be because the way my mind's programmed, but I look at it like this. The government sell alcohol and cigarettes, which kill far more people than any amount of cocaine or cannabis. But at the same, so why don't they go and, but they've been conditioned to believe it's okay for shopkeepers to supply that stuff, but it's not okay for drug dealers to. But, and again, that might just be because I'm criminal minded, why I think like that. But at the same time, you don't get rehabilitated overnight. You're completely right. Like these people who say that rehabilitated, like Stephen French. Oh yeah, I'm an anti-gun campaigner, and then the next thing he's whacking someone over the head with a gun. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they're going to jail for it. That's completely hypocritical. But do you know what I mean? So you got to understand, like there's things. I like so that fucking little snitch, that G, fucking anti-knife campaigner, but then he gets nicked with a knife. Do you know what I mean? It's a classic example of a knobhead. Do you know what I mean, lad? And so this is why I say, when people say to me, are you rehabilitated? I'm not rehabilitated. I just choose. The prison establishment could not rehabilitate me. I just chose to make a better decision in my life. It's not that I'm rehabilitated, it's because I've still got a criminal mind, but I'm just chose to make better decisions. How can they rehabilitate someone by locking me in a cell for all day, every day, most of the time, shipping me out from prison to prison because they said I'm a security risk because I kept uploading videos online? You don't get rehabilitated that way. Like, this is the thing, rehabilitation is a myth. I believe that you change when you actually want to change and you make that active decision to change. Other than that, lad, you're living in a dream world. These people who think that they just changed overnight, lad, because it does not work like that. But yeah.
Do you struggle with that, Sam, to try and make the better decisions because you have lived that life of crime?
Yeah, well, here's the thing, mate. Like I've got no, don't get me wrong. Like, I've had opportunities to be shifting drugs here, there, whatever. But the only reason why I haven't is because I've got a better opportunity with the diamond company. So I don't see any logic in. Don't get me wrong. If I didn't have my diamond company now and my competition page, I would be shifting kilos of fucking whatever, cocaine, cannabis, whatever it is. But I don't, because I don't need to, because I've got legitimate businesses. But on top of that, I've now also got things in place in my life which are more important than that, in the sense of my son who's 13, who needs to be, I need to be there for him as a positive role model. And then I've also got the people in the slums who are far more important than any criminal activity. Do you know what I mean? So for me, they're the two people, the two things I would die for in my life, my son and the slums. Literally, I would lay my life down for the people in the slums, because I do believe the way my life is planned out, lad, I've got a vision clear in my mind, which is gone like clockwork, which I've seen in prison. I've seen it happen, lad, and everything I've said, I wrote on a piece of paper, and then I sent it to my mate on a text as well. And she even said the other day, "Isn't that mad, the fucking what you sent me?" She sent me the text with what I read with the date on and everything. So what you've actually said is actually coming true. I said, I told you. I said, I've seen it clear in my mind. And like, people thought I was crazy.
Does your son know about your past, Sam?
Yeah, lad, this is the problem, because he's 13. Like I said to my son last year, I said, lad, I said, you want me to come off social media? If I'm embarrassing you or anything, lad, I said, I'll come off social media. I had to tone my videos down. Like, you won't see me arguing with numpties no more online. You don't see that. I might just out someone if they've been a dickhead. Do you know what I mean? Like the odd person, but you won't see me having a back and forth tennis with dickheads. You really won't. But, and that's only for my son. But the thing is, he knew about me past, lad, yeah. So, like I said to him, I'll come off social media if you want to. He went, nah, lad, he went, Dad, he said, my mates all think you're sick. So I was like, sound. Do you know what I mean? So like, his mates like me. So the thing is, but I've had to tone my socials down in the sense of my opinions on certain things, or like having back and forth tennis with knobheads. Do you know what I mean? Low lives. So I don't do nothing like that.
Damaging, mate. It's too low vibration, mate. Just fuck everybody off, man, and do your thing. Like you say, I'm too fucking busy, mate. I'm flying high, mate. I'm constant, but people can talk shit, mate. There's no point, mate.
There was someone who tried to get me to react a few weeks ago, and I'm laughing, right, because I said to me, mate, I said, lad, he's getting like fucking 20 likes on his page. I went, he's saying chatting shit, which everyone knows is lies, but he just wants me to react to take a little bit of traffic to his page. But I don't get myself involved in that sort of negativity now, because for me, my mindset is I will only be around people on the same sort of level as me, in the sense of like a mindset. Even right down to winning, lad. I won't have people around me who are negative going, oh lad, this might not work, this might not work. We just turn around and say, I only have people around me say, what are we going to do when this does work? Do you know what I mean? So you've got to have that sort of people around you who are pushing you. Like, I like people who tell me, lad, you're being lazy. If I'm being lazy, like for the other day, I was being lazy, I was just chilling for a few hours, and my mate went, lad, you've been sat on your phone for like 3 hours, lad, come on. Like that. And I want people to push me, lad, to push me to keep that fucking fire burning for me, lad, and negativity will not do that, bro.
Yeah, but you've got to find the fire, mate, and that's the thing about life. I'm lazy as fuck, Sam. People always think you're smashing it and you're doing well with this and that. I'm lazy as fuck. I just know I need to get up to try and push. I can't be arsed doing anything. I just want to sit and chill, eat shit and do fuck all. That's genuinely that's when I'm at my happiest. See all this, be successful, get 2 hours sleep. That's all fucking bullshit. That's all bullshit, because we're living in a society where it's so damaging to the brain. Social media, chasing fucking money, people chasing fame, people chasing all the external bullshit that's fucking so tiresome. So people need to understand, we're buying into the fake illusion of life, because there's kids probably with nothing where you are, Sam, that are happier than the kids who've got fucking everything here. They've got all the technology, the mobile phones, iPads, TVs, computers, but yet they're all fucking miserable. I know millionaires who stay in £20 million gaffs that are suicidal, but I've got friends who've got a camper van, travel about, and they're fucking happy as people I've ever met. So everybody defines success and happiness differently. Happiness isn't a 24/7 thing either. All the fucking jewellery, a big house, big car, that shit, the novelty wears off real fast. It's about finding a purpose in life and chasing, going after that purpose gradually. I'm watching these fucking videos on TikTok, Instagram, and you've got all these young kids driving fucking leased Lamborghinis pretending to be big ballers. That's a fake fucking lifestyle. It's great to experience these things, but the majority it's all fake as fuck, because people are making other people's lives. I've got a kid on TikTok was saying, if you earn 100 grand a year, it's not good enough. People are full of fucking shit, and we're living in a world where everybody wants to be an influencer. Every influencer I've ever interviewed, heads are gone, because we're chasing that electronical likes, mate. Their heads are fucking gone, bro, I swear to God. Part of me chased fame for years because I thought it would fill the pieces, I thought it would make me happier. Then when you start making money, getting a little bit of attention, you realise it's all fake as fuck. That's why this is the first time I've ever done a live on TikTok. I don't really do lives or fuck all. I do my interviews and then kind of go off the radar and recharge.
Yeah. See, well, what you just said there about, like, in terms of money and that, yeah, that's completely true, because I've always said, look, I would love to have been one of these fellas, yeah, that would be happy and content with going to work 9 to 5 and not making enough dough, but just like making enough to survive and just being happy and content with that. Do you know why? Because it would have saved me so many years in prison. And let me tell you something else though, right, which is most important. I get a message off some fellas sometimes, you go, like, I wish I was doing well, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, you need to understand what you've got, which is far better than what I would ever have in my life. You've got memories of your kids growing up. I said, that's the most important thing more than anything. It's for you to have something to kick a ball around with your kid growing up. Your child's going to remember that. That costs nothing. So you might not have money in the sense of being rich, but you're rich in the sense of memories. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like that's which is far more important than any amount of fucking cash, because cash is just materialistic shite. And like it just literally, but at the same time, like for me, because I've spent so many years in prison, I just want to be able to get that opportunity to sort of do something good in my life. Do you know what I mean? And try and check.
Money's an illusion. Money's an illusion, Sam. We give it so much meaning here. We give it so much value. People kill for it. People die for it. But the bottom line is, it is an illusion. There's no value to it. But we give it so much value here, and people get lost in it, because it is limitless how much money you can make. But people are so lost in it. People's lives are ruined by it. It destroys marriages. It destroys relationships with friends. All over money. every issue I've had in my life has been came over money. And that's the fucking scary thing. But it's people, we're not educated enough to ask the question, what the fuck is going on? How can I change it? If you're living in a shitty area around shitty people, you don't actually have to fucking stand for it. You can make choices to try and get out of it. You can make choices to better your life. When you start travelling the world and seeing different fucking cultures, you realise how small you've been living for fucking so long. And that's the scary thing. And a lot of people will never see that progress. A lot of people will never see that luxury of meeting different people, because people are so caught up in this fucked up lifestyle. They accept who they are, where they are, and they don't have to. And if you're happy with it though, by all means, you're winning. But if you're not, fucking change it, because there's too many pussies now, too many weak links. Everybody loves to moan and complain. And like I say, man, I'm a lazy bastard, but I still get shit done because I know where it can take me. It buys my family freedom, it gives me my freedom, and that's all I can fucking ask. But I still battle, I still struggle, I'm still fucking off the booze and the gear, but I still think about it every day. But I just know how far you can take life, but it is a journey, and it's about trying to be as happy through this journey as you can be, and that's the fucking mad thing.
That's exactly what it's about, lad. It's like, but for me, I know exactly what you're saying there. For me, I just feel like I've got so much catching up to do in a sense of what I need to achieve, lad. So that's why for me, it's a sort of, I just don't stop. Like the worst thing for me would to be sat at home. For me, to be sat at home. So do you know what it is as well? The worst thing, my nightmare would be, it might just because I'm slightly institutionalised, but it's weird. It's a weird experience for me because I'd love to have that family life, like that with a girlfriend, kids, whatever. But at the same time, I just feel like it'd be a major, like ball and chain to my life, because I'm one of these people who likes to be out, and like now I think it might just be because I've spent years, as I said, but like I just want to be able to just be out doing stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Think it scares you, Sam? Do you think that life scares you, the family life? Because when you break it all down, all this being a free spirit and travelling the world and all that shit, it's fucking lonely, brother. It's lonely, because I know where I would rather be. I've tasted everything in life, and for me, family's everything, and I would give everything up for them, because all the other shit is fake as fuck. I feel as if it's just a merry-go-round. I feel as if it does, listen, it gets boring when you're trying to do good, but it just, things get done easier, things just get done better, and it is scary because we all struggle, especially men. We struggle more with commitment because we're scared of failure, we're scared of rejection, and that's where it's easy to stand alone. It's easy to be single because we understand the pain of loss. We understand the pain of abandonment. We understand the pain of losing a loved one. And no matter, men, I believe men are more sensitive than women, because when it comes to losing a loved one, a relationship breakup, we struggle the most. We just hide it better with the fake stuff in life, the drink, the party and the drugs. But when we lost somebody, it's a fucking struggle, and that's where we kind of put our barriers up, and we don't want to feel that pain. I'm only speaking for myself, Sam, but it's easier to stay alone because then you don't get hurt as much.
That's exactly what it is, lad. Like for me, I don't have any sort of weak spots besides my son, and I shouldn't really say that online actually. But like in a sense of, but for me, this is my drive. So my duty as a man now, you've got to understand this, James. If I sit here and not be biased to myself, I've got to look at myself from an outside angle and think, I've failed my son. As much as I don't want to admit that, I really have, because I've spent most of his life in prison. Even though my son say you're a boss dad, I might have been in terms of materialistic stuff, but I've failed him. So for me now, I just feel it's my duty now to make sure I put things in place for his future. He's got better opportunities and more opportunities than I had as a youngster. So that's all I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to just build my company here, and then just on top of that, do the stuff I need to do in the slums, make him proud of me, and hopefully start this movement, and then just literally so he can look at me and think, you know what, when he gets a bit older, like 20, and think, you know what, he might have been a shit dad when he was below 10, but he's put this all in place for me now. So I've got a good future, do you know what I mean? So that's why for now, that's my duty, just to try and do that for him now, and he understands.
Yeah, but you're already doing it, Sam, as well. So Me looking from the outside, the main thing for you is staying out of prison. And obviously you antagonise the coppers a lot. I know it builds portfolios and builds your social media, but fuck all that shit, bro, because you've got too much to offer if you're trying to do good, because all that antagonising, it just comes back and bites you in the ass, because they just you're just a sitting duck for them. They don't like it. Fuck them, let them be. Just because you're already doing the good in life that you're setting out to do. So it's just to stay on that path. But sometimes we get sidetracked because of all the shit that you've been through in prison. You've got that anti-authority and hate for someone. But when you actually break it all down, fuck them. They're living their life. When you actually step back from them, live your life, then that's when good things can blossom. Then it's cutting away the negative traits that you've done your whole life.
Yeah, but you know what, James? Yeah, so I publicly humiliate the police sometimes. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of things go on which the public don't know about. So I'll give you a class example. The police knocked at my 67-year-old mum's house and said, just let you know, so this was probably 2 years ago, said, just let you know, someone's going to burn your house down tonight. But it was a lie, Matrix Police it was. My ma sat in the top window petrified for fucking all night. Or like another time when he had my baby's ma by her throat in front of my kid when he was like 5. So for me, like when these things build up, or like what they do is, social services put a complaint in Liverpool about Merseyside police because they kept ringing social services going, Sam Walker's lifestyle poses a danger to his son. And then they have to go out to my baby's mum. My baby's ma's like, Sam doesn't have that sort of beef with people where he's gonna fucking get shot at. He doesn't have that sort of trouble. But the police lie to try and use my son as a tool to get at me. So naturally, when they do that sort of thing, lucky enough, social services just shut the case straight away when the police tried that. Now, they tried it again recently, but social services went, look, we've got no evidence that he's having trouble with people, so we're closing the case. But the thing is, so when they do that, I shouldn't really back and forth tennis with them, but I then do stuff to humiliate them, which is, for example, flying out on the private plane. I've done that in retaliation for them taking my passport. Do you know what I mean? But it's I shouldn't, but at the end of the day, that's my only way to get a big fuck you back to them, lad, and that's it. But as I said, I'm just focusing just on my positive stuff here in the slums, and that's like my priority, that and my son, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the best thing, mate. It's keeping your side of the road clean. But like I say, with the antagonising, they always win. You can never fucking beat them, bro. Never. I don't know anybody that's ever beat them. I don't know anybody that's ever came out a winner. They always fucking get you no matter what, man.
You can't beat them, lad, and that's the thing. You literally can't. I've tried for years, lad, and like they're unbeatable, lad. But it's like, but the thing is, that's why. But to be honest, though, look, I've got to put it out there. Not all police are bad. Everyone thinks I just hate all police in the uniform, but the thing is, I've come across some proper sound police. One called me drive mile band, and he went, "Oh fucking hell, Sam." And I went, "What do you mean?" I went, "My name's not Sam. It's Mark." Mentioned me other brother's name. He went, "I know what he went. Go on and just let me go." But he didn't have to do that. But he done it, lad. And like, then I come across some woman who was like, "I got a phone number, but fucking I ended up losing my phone." And I was gutted because I didn't get to sleep with her. I would have loved to have slept with her being a police officer, but yeah, the enemy, isn't it? But other than that,
raised to hate the coppers. I was raised to hate them, but everybody in my side of the family were all fucking corrupt. They were all either doing gear or doing fucking shoplifting. They were just in fear of them because they were after them. So once I started interviewing coppers, you realise what they actually go through mental health wise, but seeing fucking dead bodies, dead kids, stuff that fucking no man wants to see in life, that they see a lot of fucking dark stuff. And the majority of coppers struggle with addiction themselves, struggle with mental health, suicide as well, male and female, in that, and because it's a negative environment. Everything they see in a daily is negative. And like you say, no matter in life, Sam, there's good or bad. And obviously when you're taught to raise the hate the coppers, you when you still see them on the street, you've still got that fucking snitch mentality where you think wanker or this, but they're out there to do a job, man. Everybody says, oh, you must have been bullied at school or you're a fucking grass. But for me, man, once I started interviewing them and understanding them on the podcast, you realise how dark their job is and how much they fucking struggle. But anything in life, you always get good and bad. And when you get a bad copper, it makes you fucking hate every single one of them.
That's true. But the thing is, like, I've always said, look, as long as I've got no problem with an officer that wants to go to work, do the job properly and go home. Because at the end of the day, I don't give a shit, because a job's a job. Someone's, at the end of the day, and what you got to understand is that someone's got to catch the rapists, the paedophiles, the house robbers, right? At the end of the day, for me, because when I say house robbers, because I do personally believe that house robbers are on par with sex offenders, nearly, because to rob a house is as low as it gets. But anyway, putting that aside, that's what the police are there for. So any officer that wants to go and do the job properly and go home, I've not got an issue with them. It's the ones that are corrupt, lad, or abuse their power. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones I've got the major issue with. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, I don't really have issues with like the ones who do the job properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
That's it.
Well, yeah, but like I say, Sam, fair play to you, mate, for doing everything you're doing over there. Hopefully people back you and support you, and you can create change and create a positive movement where we can get stuff better in life, and people are rewarding from it, from the kids who are struggling to get clean water, from the people who have not got much food over there. Like, that is a great thing that you're doing, and obviously you're going to get haters, you're going to get people supporting it as well. No matter what you do in life, Sam, there's always going to be wankers, but there's always going to be good people as well. How, just before we finish up, Sam, we'll obviously do anything you want to do a live, just let us know, whether it's YouTube or TikTok. But again, just for people that's coming on to the live, how can they support you? How can they get involved? How can they watch all your stuff going forward?
So you can just go onto Instagram, which is SamWalker_UK. But before that, I've got 1,500 in live, so give James a follow while he's here. But in terms of my social media, my links in my bio to my Instagram, but also in terms of like videos, that's where videos get posted, and here. But everything to do with the slums, again, as I said, anytime you hear me talk about charities, expose them, use your platforms to expose them, share these videos. The charity ones, I don't give a shit about me other ones sharing them. It's the charity ones, because I want to start exposing charities for their corruption. That's the only way that things will start changing for the people. If we start exposing you using your platform, it doesn't matter if you got 100 followers or 200,000 followers, as long as you're sharing the corrupt charities, then word's getting out there, and we will start exposing them in ways that no one has ever done before. Trust me, James, when I say this, someone screen recorded this anyway, definitely, I know loads of people will have, but when I say this, people think I'm fucking mad when I said I was going to diamond mines with rebels, to rebel-held diamond mines. Nah, lad, you get killed. These very same people who wouldn't go with me are now asking me to be part. Oh, can I be your partner, lad? Like, are you mad, lad? I risked my life for this. So, but then also we've got, like, now when I'm saying a movement, I'm going to start a movement against corrupt charities. A small-minded person might think it's not possible, but trust me, James, when I say I'm going to start exposing charities online in a way that no one has ever done before. I'm going to start bringing attention to these charities in a way that no one has, and I'm going to make them fucking feel every bit of the pain that these people in the slums have felt when mothers have had to lay there and cradle their child and watch their child die in their arms, while fathers have had to stand there and watch their baby's mum cradling their daughter, feel completely helpless, watching their daughter drink dirty water because they've got no other option but to drink dirty water because the likes of WaterAid have failed them. So the thing is, I'm going to expose these charities one by one. WaterAid's getting it tomorrow, and then on top of that, I'll have 10,000 Africans on a video screaming for justice for Caddy, for their corruption, this little girl who died. And as I said, I'm going to start exposing them, lad, completely.
Yeah, good on you, brother. But like I say, mate, fair play. Keep up the fucking good work over there, bro. And you know, if I can help anything my end, you know where I am, bro.
Vice versa, James. Always, lad. And then
Right,
we'll get on, when I get back, we'll get on a good day.
All right, bro. Cheers, brother. See you soon, bro.
Look after yourself, bro.
Right, mate. Bye.
Anyway, where are we? Let's see if we can get speed up.